And to do their life financial planning today with me, I have Hemant Rustagi from Wiseinvest. Hemant, good evening and welcome to the show. And I also have our first viewer connected on the phone line with us. And I have Harshit with me today. Harshit, hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. You're calling from?
I'm calling from Lucknow.
Lucknow. All right. Harshit, you have invested in a couple of funds, which is Canara Robeco Large Cap, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap, Kotak Mid Cap. You have Quant and Nippon Small Cap, and you have Motilal Oswal Nasdaq 100. Total SIP amount is almost 12,000, and you want to invest for 7 to 8 years. That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Any specific reason why you think going for a balanced advantage fund will be good for you? Because you have a time horizon for 7 to 8 years, which means you can take quite an average amount of risk.
Yeah, that is what I wanted to ask as well, since Flexi Cap also have a large share bias to it, basically, and also the Motilal Oswal Nasdaq fund is also like pretty much large share oriented only. So that is why I wanted to ask, just for like a more balanced portfolio. There was curiosity if I should go for it or not. So that is why I asked.
Got it. And you are also expecting a CAGR of 15%. Also, one very good thing is you are just 28 years old and you have started, your investment journey already. So congratulations for that. But then let's get Hemant on board and let's understand as to having a balanced advantage fund would be the right strategy for you or not, considering that you already think you are very well exposed in a large cap category. Hemant?
Well, Kavita, I think in this case, since time horizon is 8 years, so investing in equity fund through SIP, I think is a good strategy. So let me just address the issue of where he mentioned that he's expecting a return of 15% annualized. Well, I think, we always advise that it's always good to be a little conservative in terms of what you expect from your returns. So it's always good to maybe look at around 12%. Yes, indeed, if you invest for 10, 15 years through SIP, it is possible for you to get 15% also. It has happened in the past. And I'm sure it can happen in the past, but I think it's good to be a little conservative and expect return of around annualized return of 12%. As for the composition of the portfolio, I think currently there is a large cap, there is a flexi cap, there is a mid cap, there are 2 small cap, and there is 1 global fund. There is slight bias towards the large cap, I agree, but I don't think it's a great idea to go into a balanced advantage fund, because what happens there is the allocation to equity will come down and it will keep changing in line with the market valuation, which I don't think is the right strategy for a time horizon of 8 years. There is indeed a scope to include, a large and mid-cap fund. I like this particular category of fund because the fund manager can actually pick and choose out of top 250 companies in terms of market cap. So maybe he can kind of stop SIP and Canara Robeco large cap fund and consider Motilal Oswal large and mid cap fund. So one change, as I mentioned, balanced advantage fund definitely is not the suitable category for this kind of time horizon.
All right, let's move on, and quickly a small question, Hemant, which is from Aditya, and he has a lump sum of 10 lakh rupees to invest for a period of 5 years, and he wants to invest in a debt and arbitrage fund as he's already invested and well diversified in equity funds via SIP. He wants you to help him with debt funds and arbitrage funds, and whether that will be the right choice for him.
Well, I think it's always a good idea, Kavita, to actually look at your time horizon for each goal and then decide where you should be investing money. In this case, 5-year time horizon actually is a decent time horizon, but since he wants to look at arbitrage and debt, let me just explain that to him, that arbitrage is a great, a category to basically park your fund maybe for 12 to 18 months. But I don't think it's the right category to invest in for a time horizon of 5 years, because that's a decent time horizon to get healthy returns for yourself. In the debt category, if you're keen to invest, there are 2 categories of debt fund. You can look at PSU debt funds and banking and the banking and PSU fund, and the second one is the dynamic bond fund. The reason why I'm saying is because we are expecting the interest rate to go down after some time, so maybe a dynamic fund will be a good category. So you can look at DSP strategic fund in that category. But my view is that for a time horizon of 5 years, with little bit of risk, maybe equity saving will be a good strategy to invest in, because There 20-25% goes into equity, the rest is in arbitrage and debt. The taxation is of equity as against the debt where you need to pay short-term capital gain, which means that you have to pay tax at your applicable tax rate. So your post-tax return can be better. You're not taking too much of a risk there. So two funds in that category, if you want, you can consider a Kotak equity saving and SBI equity saving. So I personally feel that equity saving
Right.
will be a better category as compared to a debt fund.
Alright, so that's a word coming in from Hemant for Aditya, and with that, it's a wrap today. Thank you so much, Hemant, for being on the show and helping our viewers with their mutual fund queries. And I'm going to sign off, but I'm going to leave our viewers with a WhatsApp number and email ID where we keep waiting for your questions, and this is the only show where we do your complete financial planning live. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.